So without further ado, guys, your man Yelawolf.
What's going on, Yelawolf? Hey, I asked you earlier if we could get just a couple questions. We were on a podcast in Southern California.
Oh, yeah.
All right, right on.
Thanks, bro. So first off, man, I'm a big fan of the project. My first question is, I noticed you put Tennessee Love on Truck Music Returns and this one, and I know you said that was kind of like when you knew the sound you were going for Love Story, but I'm curious, what made you decide to put it on both projects?
It was the first song that I recorded that I felt like was moving to it inspired Love Story, that song.
Right.
The style of it.
Yeah, right on.
And as soon as I released it on Trump Music Returns, I regretted it.
Really?
I was like, man, I should have held on to that one because people's reaction was exactly what I thought it would be.
Yeah.
And I was like, ooh, it would have been a perfect record on Love Story. But I was like, hey man, fuck it. I'll put it on Love Story because it's an ode too. And I think people appreciate it. You know, because if you're a fan of that song, it's like, oh shit, he put Love Story on here. That's some cool shit, you know.
Dude, honestly, when you
Tennessee Love.
When you first posted the track list on your Instagram, the comment I left was stoked to see Tennessee Love again because that is one of my favorite records on both projects. You know what I mean? And in my opinion, Trunk Music Returns and now Love Story are in my opinion, your two best projects. So
yeah, awesome.
And then the other question I had was, obviously it's a super personal album, man. Like you really delved into like some real shit. And my question was, what song personally means the most to you that on the album?
Probably Have a Great Flight. Just for my great grandparents passed away.
That's my favorite record. That one and Devil in My Veins, man. Those two are phenomenal.
Thank you.
Release Devil in My Veins to country radio, by the way, for real.
We'll see, man. Yeah, I think that's our next video. So
for real?
Yeah, we shot Best Friend. That should be out in a couple days, and I'm aiming to do Devil in My Veins for the next video.
I checked that video of Marshall too, where he's like, buy that shit or illegally download it. I fucking love that.
Hey, so, and then my other question was, this album's obviously packed with like a religious undertone, like no doubt, or overtone even. And I mean, I guess there's been a lot of talk about this album, and I guess, can we just get like a statement of, I mean, what is your, conviction on like that you're trying to get out with this album?
I have a disposition about religion, and my beliefs are my own, and I think that, you know, it's not my place to steer people in the direction of any sort of religion or belief. But I grew up in the Bible Belt, so I dealt with a lot of it.
Right.
And it's just a part of the fabric of who I am, and as an artist, it's always going to be there. And, you know, growing up, you know, a coming of age is, you know, I digest it differently.
Yeah.
And it comes out differently because I digest it differently.
No doubt.
I see things in a more wise, from a different window. I mean, if I could explain it that way, I mean, it's just like a lot of windows in the house, you know, so this is, from this window, this is my view from this window, and this is how I see it.
Right.
So, could you say then that it shouldn't be a global or a set track, that religion should be a personal road?
Religion is the worst thing that's ever happened to humanity, in my opinion. I think
look at ISIS and shit.
It's not. There's no correct logic. There's no logic to say to damn someone to eternal flames
For real.
just because you believe in a different God or whatever it is that you're thinking about. Love is all there is.
Yeah. For sure. No, absolutely, man.
To me, I mean, like, love is that thing when you get in a car accident or you see someone in a car accident and you pull them out. That's human. That's human. If you know, you want to say God, that's godly. That's angelic. You know, like pull them out the car. Oh wait, he's a Muslim. Who cares?
Yeah. It ain't about burning people because they have a different belief, man. Like I just saw this thing where ISIS burned some Jordanian pilot just because he wasn't Islamic. You know what I mean? I was like, holy shit.
People
like,
are This is ongoing, man. Church bombings, lynchings.
Yeah.
You know, it's happening in Christianity too. Is it? You know, like come
It's
on.
happened throughout history, whether it's from the Crusades
It's all
or right now. You know what
It's
I
all
mean?
fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then one last question, man. I don't want to hold you too long, but my last question is on Whiskey in a Bottle. And by the way, that song live is dope. I saw you at House of Blues in San Diego a couple weeks ago. Amazing show. You have a line that says, one, my first album flopped, two, it wasn't my time. And I was curious, like, when you say your first album flopped, do you mean like commercially or to you personally it flopped or both, or what do you mean?
Personally.
Personally?
Yeah. Because we sold a bunch of records. I mean, it wasn't about that. It was just a personal fail to let certain people in the door creatively.
Yeah.
But we fired them and they're gone.
And you just, for Love Story, you had it like locked down, right? It was just you and when Marshall would come in?
Just me and Marshall.
Shit, man.
That's it. I produced with friends of mine the bulk of the album, and then
Willpower,
went to
right?
Detroit.
For
Willpower and Malay.
Yeah.
And then we went to Detroit. Willpower, Malay, and myself.
Right on.
I produced Devil in My Veins. And
Was that just a guitar riff pretty much on that record? I was going to ask that. Or is there some other production? Because when I heard it, it sounded like mostly just strings.
Okay, I have one last question. So if you could just wrap up in like one sentence, your thoughts about Jesus. Obviously you called him Daddy in one of your tracks, but like, can I just get one statement about Jesus?
it was just a security blanket as a child, you know. I mean, I grew up in a house of atheists, but when I heard about this person that can help me out, when I was going through some shit, I tied myself to the name through prayer. But, you know, I'm grown, man. My views are totally different now, you know. So it's like that was, but yeah, that's what I turned to, you know, as like a security blanket. Period. What's up? This is Yelawolf. You're listening to the North County OGs.
Thanks.